Hi, my name is Rocky Johnson and I'm going to show you how to make onigiri from the recipe in my book. To make this dish you need 1 cup of rice and you have to boil it, and you start with putting the rice in the water, about 2 cups, and let it stand for like 20 minutes. Then you boil it for about 15 minutes. Then you let it stand a little bit and then you use rice vinaigrette. And you put about 2 tablespoons in it and stir around. That makes it a little bit stickier and it enhances the flavors. And don't forget to put about 2 teaspoons of salt in the rice. And for the filling we're going to use 3 tablespoons of mayonnaise and about 5 to 6 cocktail tomatoes and about a can of tuna fish. It's about 4 ounces in Sweden, so you shouldn't have any problems with getting it. So we're going to stir down the tuna fish in the mayo. And just basically stir around it. It's going to be a little bit more lemony taste, and the tomato is going to make it more fresher and more sweeter. And the tomatoes you just chop a little bit roughly. Don't need to be very finely chopped. It's supposed to be mixed with the mayonnaise and tuna fish. You don't need to use as much tomatoes as well. You can use less if you don't like tomatoes. You can replace the tomatoes with, I don't know, mushrooms. I'm going to use this because it's more kid friendly. It's more sweeter than using mushrooms. Just put it down in the bowl. And also get the juice as well. And stir around. This is basically your filling for the onigiri. This should be about approximately 6 to 8 recipe. And I'm going to show you how to make the whole rice ball thing. You need to dampen your hands with a little bit of water, otherwise this rice will stick to them quite well. And that isn't very good. You take a handful of about this, depending on how large you want to do it. I'm going to make mine a little bit larger. Just make sure you get a little bit like this. And try and make a hole in the middle where you can put the filling. And then you take about a half a tablespoon or a tablespoon, depending on how large you make them, of the filling, put it in. Then you grab another piece of rice and put on top of it. Make sure you cover it all around. And then you start pressing and shaping it like a ball, trying to capture the tuna filling. You don't want to make the balls too large because it's supposed to be filling and rice, not just rice and a little bit of filling. As you can see here, I didn't use enough rice, but you can fix it with the seaweed later on. Normally you want to make a triangle of this, but I'm not going to make a triangle today. I'm going to make it this ball shape. And if you see it gets stickier like this, just put a bit more water in your hands. But don't overuse the water because it will make the rice a little bit funnier. This is basically the outline, the shape of an onigiri. Normally you can make a triangle, but this time I'm going to just make a ball. Already prepared some seaweed. I don't know how we get it in America, but This is a local brand we have. And you cut it an inch wide and 3 inches long. And you just put it on like this. The water from your hand and the rice should be absorbing it, and it would stick. That's basically one onigiri. And if it dries up a little bit, it will be easier to eat. You can eat it as it is, or you can just decorate it more. And I'm going to decorate it more, because as I said, it was supposed to be a little bit more kid-friendly. So I actually made some eyes. And you have a little onigiri monster.